Hey everyone, and welcome back. In case you are watching it again, I was doing some Angular getting started course a few hours ago. So we have this Lumberjack uh, library which I am working on, and we wanted to fix some end-to-end test cases. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually going to do right now. So we fixed a lot of things last time, and we still have a few more tests to fix actually. So let's go ahead and see what we are supposed to do. So we are working on a schematic. So in case anyone wants to create its own logger, they can actually just do ng generate or run ng generate command, and all the files which is required, or helper files, right, so which is required, will be added to your application. So that part is done. So we created a lib, and we have this schematics where we have this log driver, and we have also written the code which will generate all the files, even all the files as placeholders, right? So now you can actually go ahead and see. So this is the template based on which all the code will be generated. This part is done, and this is working fine because we already wrote the specs or test cases as well. And in case you are watching schematics for the first time, so it's like the best way to actually test your schematic is, of course, always writing a test case, which is because it becomes really easy. And now by using end-to-end test cases, we are verifying that whatever file is created is the same as what we are expecting. So let's go ahead and run these schematics, because not schematic but test cases. So we'll just run end-to-end test case, and it will throw us an error in case there is anything which is getting failed. So this is the command which we have inside, and as we are using yarn, I'll just use another window, Rebellion File Explorer. So I'll be using Windows Terminal for the same, and let's run it. Yarn schematics E2E. There are still which is some which is getting failed because we made some changes last time. So I think Lars was working on it. Lars was working on it. Why I'm thinking about it. So he made some changes to the naming convention which we follow for this logger. I mean all the generated files. So we dropped the name Lumberjack, which was used earlier, at all the places. So let's see. So what we have, so it says error, permission not permitted, rename. This is strange, so I'll just go ahead and undo it and probably run it as, let's see why. Okay. No, okay, after undo it somehow started working. And let's see what are the test cases which are failing. So should be the generate, not others. So let's go ahead and see that generated token file should match. Okay, so it is getting failed, and generated token files should match. So let's go ahead and see which test case is this. Okay, I'm not able to see all the files even which should be generated here. Probably they are rolled back. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's run it again and see what happens. There are a few passing test cases, so let's go ahead and see our schematics, log driver, spec. Okay, so the first one is generated token file should match, and what we are trying to do is read file expected spec token, and this, let me just minimize this. Expected spec token and expected token should match. So I think there should be yeah, here it is, right? So actual token and expected token, and then we have actual spec and expected spec. Let's go ahead and see which one is getting failed. And command failed, can generate. This is strange. So why is the command getting failed? Because it was working last time. So yarn ng generate ng worker lumberjack log driver project lumberjack schematics app, and name is console. So it should create the files here. ng worker yarn log, and why it is not generating the files? What happened? What happened to this? Strange. And run delete. And ng add spec is getting failed as well. Probably let's do one thing. I'll just run it as admin. Is it possible? Windows terminal, or let's run it here. Discard all changes, because at least it should run the generate, because we tested that out last time. To E yarn schematic to E. Because it was throwing some exception related to ts config. So here it is. Operation not permitted. Rename tmp to updated tsconfig.json, and it is saying operation not permitted, rename. Okay, looks like some permission issue. So let's go ahead and do one thing. Windows terminal. Can I run it as administrator? Yes, I can. So let's do yes. And meanwhile, I'll just okay, I think it is working as well. ng add log driver. Yeah, it is working as well. I mean, we can see the errors. So generated console driver root module should match. So let's see what's the difference. So here we have our expected. Let's go ahead and search for this particular test. Should match. And here log driver spec. No, sorry, golden file. Yeah, here it is. So here it is saying that it is incorrect. Let's go ahead and see what. So we have console driver factory, and here, so it's custom driver config, but we are getting console driver config. Okay, let's go ahead and see the golden file. So the golden file for this one is configuration and console driver root module, spec.ts. This is the one. So here we have a function console driver factory. Let's go ahead and see where is this. It's not available here. Probably let's find inside this. So we have console. Okay, custom driver, right? So we are getting console driver config because this is what the expectation is, and then we are getting this. Okay, so this is fixed. Now let's go ahead and see another one. Generate console driver module file. Okay, so here also we have some differences in your in our file and what is getting generated. So let's go ahead and see. So this one is generated console driver module file should match. Okay, let's go ahead and see which golden file we are trying to match. So it's console driver Okay, let's I think we should be able to find it. So here we have this one. We'll search for it, and there are multiple places. Okay, so this one is from Lumberjack. I think this should not change, but the actual problem is, okay, so this is okay. We are also getting this extra, okay, console driver config token, and then we are getting console driver config. This is strange because we have two things, console driver config and console driver config token, and what is here is console driver config from this one. Okay, let's go ahead and see our files. So this is this spec file. Let's see, because there are some changes from the last time, so I have to check that. So let's see, where is the config token? Okay, this is the config token, and then we have name dot to local uppercase. Okay, driver config, it's okay, but what about this driver config token? So, and this file is config.token, so I think this should be okay. Module with providers, I think this problem is here. Camelize driver factory, and then module with providers, right? So this line, service module for console driver. Let's see, service driver for console. Here it is. So service module for console driver, and what we have here is, let's go ahead and check. So we have dasherized driver config dot token, okay, driver config dot token, which is this file. Then we have driver root module, which is driver root module, this one, and then we have classify name dasherized driver dot config, which is driver dot config, this one. What it has, it's driver config. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what let's go ahead and see the golden file which we have generated. So I'll just close others and then open the test case and see our golden file. It was this one. Okay. So here service module for console driver, so service module for console driver, and problem is imports. So how many? So we have module providers ng module, which is fine, and then we have lumberjack log driver config from this, which is not available here, so I'll drop this. Then we have driver config token, which is there. Good. So I'll just move it, driver config token. Then we have driver root module, and then we have this one, which is driver config, which is missing here. So let's use console driver config, and this should be console but C capital config driver. So console driver config, and it is used here. Then root module is here, token is here. I think this is good. Okay, so we fixed one test, or we did two. We did two. Okay, and then we still have default options. ng add, why it is getting failed? Because probably something to do with the other test cases. I'll just undo this, discard changes, and we'll stage this too. Let's see, git add git commit -m, and fix E to E for generate schematics. I have to commit this because otherwise other uh, if I run end-to-end test cases again, it will not roll back the changes which we want to. This is strange. Linting error. I'm not sure what I did, but every time I take this code, there are some linting errors somehow. Ng add. Okay, let's do no verify as of now, and if required, I will just do it again. Let's run now. Okay, so yarn. Let's verify again if they are getting failed or not. So yarn. So JSON schematics A to E. Yeah, okay, so we still got this error. I'm not sure why. I have to check with Lars probably why we are getting this error, but it runs. The thing is, all the test cases runs even though we are getting that issue. And now it's log driver spec, not these errors, the actual errors. Hey Mark, hi. Lumberjack is free Amazon engine. Okay, so no, it's an Angular. It's a library for Angular. So we are creating an library where you can actually generate the logs and push it to whatever mode you want. I mean, we already have implementation for Azure. So you can probably use Azure one, which is already out there, and we have console logger and HTTP logger, which comes by default with Lumberjack. So probably it's different thing which you're talking about. And we already have the stable version available, but that does not contain right now the mode to or helper files to actually create your own logger. So you have to actually go ahead and take the library and then not library, a repository, clone it. It's a template which is available. Sure, cool, no problem. Okay, so I think everything looks good to me, because all the these commands are actually, I'm not sure why they are getting failed, but there was some file differences which is fixed, and let's try to push it and see if it works. And it will run the test cases again. Probably we can capture it here if possible, but yeah, let's see. There might be possibility. I mean, I have never checked on the Amazon game engine which is available. Probably Lumberyard. Okay. Great. So oh, nice. I'm not into gaming, so I just mostly contribute to Angular and its ecosystem. Okay, looks good to me. Let's see the CS. So I mean, we also have a extensive check for all the test cases. So we actually run it for all the Angular version which we have. So let's see how much time it takes, because schematics E to E we are running for 9, 10. We are also running for 11 and 12. But of course, if it fails for one, it fails for everything. By the way, I think I have something to show. So this is I'm not sure if it's visible, but you can see this. Actually, GitHub has a GitHub star program. So in case you are aware of GitHub stars, it's stars.github.com. You can go to that website. I'm one of the GitHub star from India, and they recently sent the awards to all the GitHub stars who were nominated in 2020, and I really liked it. It's actually comes with a glass, and it has a octocat and a star, and then there is a name. So presented with love by GitHub in 2020. I actually received it a few weeks ago. Thank you, Mark. It's great. I mean, GitHub actually values this program. So you can also go ahead and nominate. So coming back, so you can also go ahead and nominate someone in case you think they are good fit for the program. So let me just talk a little bit about it. Meanwhile, our CI is getting or CI is running. So you can go to stars.github.com, and anyone who is like doing community work, doing open source and creating contents, helping the community, you can actually go ahead and nominate them as well via this program. So we have around 40 GitHub stars across the world right now, and probably you can see it here. So everyone or all the stars who recently being nominated, so they are here, and yep, that's what you can do. Thanks for follow, Mark. I hope that's your first name, right? Mark sounds so Mark is your first name, right? So right now they are from different countries, and you can filter it via country as well. So we have from Japan, Peru. Yeah. So, and you can also see the recent probably what the contribution they make. For example, you can revisit to any profile. So there are a lot. So let's see what's Debbie up to. So she is actually learning React. In case you want to see what is the contribution she's making, you can just click on it, and it will take you to the detail page where you can see more about it. So this is a blog post she wrote, and this is the nomination page. You can just go ahead and submit 3 nomination. So you cannot of course nominate yourself, but you can nominate others. I mean, whoever is doing open source, creating contents, helping community in some way. Great. I think it will take some time to reach to schematics. Hope linting worked, because that's one thing which was getting failed. Okay, so lint worked on CI. It was getting failed on my local machine somehow. So we are also running this steps parallelly, so it should work faster than expected, but let's see. I mean, A to E. So which page you have little bit different colors? Oh no, it's not actually that we you know the current conditions in India, right? So a lot of people are suffering from corona, so we are just trying to amplify in case someone can help. I'm sure someone will see the tweet, and if they are in condition to help, they will. So that's what the tweet was about. I'm safe. I'm trying to be safe with my family here, so we are trying to avoid going out, meeting a lot of people out there. Okay, so schematics failed, which is of course a good thing, bad thing, both. But let's see what failed. Not sure. So from 1st May, I think, yeah, 1st May, it will be available for everyone above 18. Yeah. So I'm not sure if there is a plan, because I try to stay away from news, because there are a lot of fake news as well. So right now it's like, of course there is a first app. It was supposed to be more number of people should be vaccinated by now, but it's way behind because a lot of people were scared to take medicines or scared to take the vaccines because of again fake news. But from 1st April they said it will be available for everyone, so anyone above age group of 18 and above can go to the facility and take the vaccine, but it will take some time. So we have like 1.3 billion people, right? I mean, it's a huge task, and I'm not sure how many are above 18. So it's, but let's see. I mean, hope everything is better soon, because it hurts to see people losing their loved ones. Okay, so log driver dot spec and generated console driver root module should match. Yeah, wow, that's great. I can see a lot of my friends who are in US, they are getting vaccinated, so it's a good thing. I think there is only one problem. This extra the extra thing which is available here. So we have console driver factory. Where is this console driver factory? Let's find it out. So which stack you use, Mark? Do you work on Angular or? Okay, so export function console driver factory, and I mean, which programming languages do you are you are a programmer, or it's like you just came here to check it out? Okay, so schematics and driver root module. So let's go ahead and see driver root module.ts. Okay. Oh, so we have an extra space here, but in golden file it is not. So I think that's causing it. Wow, 90s 2000. Wow, I have learned some Python, but want to move on Golang. Wow, that might be fun. I mean, 90s and 2000. I just love to hear the stories from. I'm born in 90s, so and 2000 I was in school. So what you used to do in 90s and 2000? I mean, which language or which programming language you used to write? Because it has changed a lot, right? I mean, it has. If I see. Oh. Wow. So, is there any project you are working on, Mark, right now? So, okay, this is done. I think there was only one error. Cold Fusion, okay, then moved to PHP, but dropped it when it went to OOP. Oh, okay. You hate object-oriented programming, is it? Okay, so let's see. Run schematics, and I think there was only one failure. I think that's a good news. So generated console, there was only one extra space, and wow, that might be fun. So you are trying to do it in Python, or you are planning to do it in other language or Go? Stage. Fix test. Schematic test. Okay, I think pre-commit is going to give me again linting error, so probably I should bypass it. I want to learn. Actually, I also want to learn Go from long time. It's in my radar, but I never got the chance to actually play with Go. Probably I'll start because I mean I'm writing TypeScript for a long time, and then it's TypeScript itself like have so many things to learn. So yeah, that's because of course JavaScript or PHP never required you to have idea about OP or JavaScript basically, right? So you can do anything you want. Get. But I have heard good thing about Go and Rust as well. I mean, did you give a thought about Rust? I've heard that it's really great, and a lot of people are actually using it. Okay, let's see. So there was only one test case which failed. So web development was in 90s, yeah. when I Now it is much more sophisticated and has a greater learning curve and so many options for stacks. Actually, yes. I chose Angular because I was a .NET developer. C Sharp. I used to write C Sharp code, and I still love C Sharp. Somehow, I don't work on it anymore. But of course, that's my first love. So uh, I really loved C Sharp. So, but after that, I moved into Angular. Then started writing TypeScript, Node.js, and it's now totally front end. Not front end, but I think Node.js you can actually write server side programming, but it's still JavaScript or TypeScript, right? So you don't have to learn any other language. But I'm planning. I have actually Go, and I want to start C Sharp again. By the way, I also started doing this live stream on Angular getting started. So in Mark, in case you know anyone who is planning to or trying to learn Angular, you can actually just tell them about this channel. And it's like, I'm not sure what time it is in USA, but I do it like 6 to 8 p.m. IST. It's just free, and it's going to cover. The plan is to cover a lot of basic concept and including some advanced concept as well. So whoever is uh, okay, so let's see what happened. Is it? Oh, really sorry. I think it was my primary internet which went down, and which is really bad. It happens if you're still there. I mean, I was just, if you're still there, I was just trying to say, I'm doing this Angular getting started course on uh, every weekend. So in case anyone you know who wants to actually learn Angular, they can do it for free. It's not paid, so I'm planning to do it for free, and it's available on Twitch and will be uploaded on YouTube later. So Okay, so let's see what's the status now. Wow, so it worked. So Lumberjack schematics E2E for version 10, so it should be the same for others as well. Now, what else we have to do it? So in case you are not aware of what schematic is, it's actually a code generation. So Angular as a framework offers you some low-level APIs by using which you can actually do code generation. And the great thing about this low-level API is you don't have to be aware of ASTs and all, right? So that's hidden from the developers, and you can just write your code to generate the entire code, whatever code you like. So that's what we are doing right now, and I think this is done. All the CI is green. I'm sure my team members would be really happy to see this finally, because we did a lot of iterations and then finally it is green. But we have to make few more changes. Probably we'll be doing it in another stream. So yeah, okay. So in case Mark you're still there, I'm actually just ending the stream, and see you next time probably. So you can just refer to the schedule, and would love to have you on another stream. See ya, bye bye. And thanks for joining. I mean, it was really nice to have you and to have the conversation.